going back all the way to the Mississippian culture, the ancestors of the Muskogee Creek Nation, there was music that has been here, music played, music that has sort of been the soul of Macon for millennia now. And we're a very well-known community for music because of the dynamic history and because of names like Otis Redding and Little Richard and the Allman Brothers Band that have made their names and then brought that focus to Macon. Places like Grant's Lounge here in downtown Macon have been a staple location for a number of artists, specifically because of the connection with Capricorn Records, trying to come into town to make it big and get that recording contract with Capricorn. And so the history that we have, plus then artists that are more contemporary, folks like Jason Aldean, Robert McDuffie, the violinist, Mike Mills and Bill Berry from REM, who lived here in Macon, continuing to carry on that name. And it's a beautiful synergy because we have past, present, and future with artists coming in now to record at Capricorn again. And we have chart toppers like Eddie 9-Volt and the Marcus King Band and Brent Cobb, who have sort of made Macon their second home for recording. It's a beautiful progression from thousands of years ago to present day as we see music carry so much of Macon's story, and it's a beautiful thread that people like to follow.
Macon has a very rich and diverse history with music, from the very well known at this point Capricorn Records to hundreds and hundreds of diverse indie record labels and studios that have existed over the history of the city.
Music has been a staple part of the Macon community and has continued to affect both the cultural and economic system of the city.
The music is part of who we are as a community, part of who we are as an area, and it still brings people to town. I mean, with events that happen at all of our fantastic venues. Just a couple of weeks ago, we had 2 sellout shows within 3-day period out at the new Atrium Health Amphitheater. So that's bringing people to town, and that's millions and millions of dollars that are being spent here in town. So the economic part of it is certainly very vibrant. We have visitors all the time who come in because they're music fans, they're Allman Brothers Band fans, and it's really fun to, as I'm driving home on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, see all of the people who are visiting the Big House Museum. Or you go into H&H Restaurant and the cultural influence that the Allman Brothers had on the restaurant, and that continues to carry through. You can see who's local and you can see who visitors are simply because the visitors are up taking pictures and taking all of the artifacts in. And so it's really fun to be able to see that. Culturally, I think it's critically important to who we are. I talk about, a community being sort of a tapestry, and the vibrancy that's been added through music to what Macon's tapestry is very significant and probably can't even be measured, can't be understated by any means. But with the addition of the new Otis Redding Center for the Arts, for instance, carrying the past into the future as they're educating new students, new performers, young people who are going to have an opportunity to carry on the legacy of an Otis Redding, of a Little Richard, and continue what Macon has been and make their imprint going on into the future. So it's unique, it makes the culture important, and I think it's important to tie the two together because people are coming for the stories, people are coming for the musical influence, that's more of the culture side of it, but then the impact that they have financially on our community, all of the businesses, the hotels, the restaurants, retail, plus those venues that are putting on these performances, incredible and almost impossible to study. What's an annual impact when you have one weekend bringing in $5 or more million of economic impact?
I think it's written into our very DNA, whether or not it's recognizable from the just amount of music literacy we have around here, and people that are just confidently able to pick up an instrument and do what they do and do it well. And I think that extends into like studio work and producers. There are plenty of people in the industry that just call Macon home.
Music within Macon has continued to grow and remains prevalent throughout the city to this day. From places such as Parish on Cherry, The Hummingbird, and Fresh Produce Records, who bring live performances straight to the heart of the city.
We are one of the biggest stimulants for the local, especially physical music economy, just in the fact that if you make an album, we'll typically buy copies of it to stock in our store. We don't do consignment or anything like that. I try to pay artists cash up front, and as long as it's put together and professionally packaged and all that good stuff. And we try to just keep that presence kind of, so that if you have an album, we're open 7 days a week. That means 7 days a week that someone can walk in and, get a copy of your album, and we ship online for a lot of stuff. So it's a necessary nexus for artists to be able to put this stuff in print and then not be liable for selling and getting the money back on every single one of 300 or 500 copies of something.
I think Macon has appreciated that and done that very well in recognizing that people want to hear live music. People want to hear local music. People want to hear from certainly the big name artists who are on tour and putting out records, but people just getting their start too, because there are so many artists here in Macon and so many artists everywhere who are just waiting for that one big break. And the opportunity that Macon has afforded for live performances during a First Friday. You see multiple artists playing just somewhere on the street, or at one of the venues that is hosting an art opening or something like that. There are plenty of those smaller venues that are looking for local artists to showcase and to bring some of that vibrancy to their event. And so Macon has done a really good job cultivating that, appreciating that, and celebrating it.
We moved here in 1995, and that was one of the first things that we noticed about Macon, is there is so much musical history. For example, the Allman Brothers, and then when our girls started school, I learned that the group REM, who I have always loved because I'm an 80s girl, they are originally from Macon. And so I was able to meet some of their classmates and just share stories.
Yeah, I really do. I mean, there was a time when it wasn't a lot, and then since they built up downtown Macon, it has really improved a lot.
With venues such as the new amphitheater, there are tons of artists that come here just to perform.
When we lived here, we went to go listen to Elton John, and he did a 2-hour concert, didn't take any breaks, sat at the piano, and I felt like I was sitting in a chair next to him. It was wonderful, yes.
Macon's music has not only impacted its city, its impact has grown so far that it has affected the entire United States as a whole. An example of this is how the Allman Brothers used to host fundraisers in order to help support Jimmy Carter, and actually helped him to win the election for president.
I think the beautiful part of Macon and the music that comes out of here is there's no particular sound.